Another day, another battle. What's up, guys? It's Pixelated Apollo. Thanks for stopping by. And today we are playing Third Age Total War. This one is a 1v1, and I believe Dale here is going to do a hill assault. And defending the hill, we have the orcs of the Misty Mountains, the very mysterious mountains. And it doesn't look like they're fighting anywhere where they would actually fight. Like, this doesn't look like the lands of Dale or the lands of the Misty Mountains, but I don't know. Maybe Dale was like going to fight Rune, and the orcs of the Misty Mountains, they got like confused or lost, and they ended up going to Rune instead of the Misty. I don't know. I can't really come up with a scenario here. They're fighting in a very deserty, hot area, so whatever. It should be awesome regardless. Let's go ahead and look at the army comps and the player names. So Dale is commanded by Super Badger 09, and he's got 2 Bjorngs, which is a pretty solid axe unit. He's got about 2 units of the Barding Herd, 1 on each flank. He's got some Rangers over here who are already firing at the position of the orcs. And he's got a lot of Bardian marksmen in the back position in the secondary line. Looks like they're charging forward to get into position. And he has some Dale swordsmen, which I believe he's using as a bit of a meat shield. He's got them in the front lines in loose formation. It's a pretty cheap unit, so he can get away with that. And then back here for his cav, he has some Dale cav. He also has his general, a part of the Earls. And I think he also, yes, he's got 2 of this unit. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I'll just call them Horse Guards. Pretty solid heavy cav. And then he has his elite infantry over here, about 4 units of the dismounted Earls, 2 units of the Dale Sword Masters. So that's pretty much it for Dale. Let's see what the orcs are bringing to the table. So in the front line, he's got, I think, like 4 units of heavy goblin archers. In the back here, he's got 4 units of the heavy goblin halberds, which are pretty good at holding the line. He's got a catapult and I believe 5 units. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of the heavy goblin infantry. And then back here, he has about 3 units of cave trolls. And then here's his bodyguards. So those are the armies. Let's go ahead and begin this battle. Okay, so here we go. Looks like the orcs are going to be forming up here in loose formation. They're getting their archers spread out. Not sure why he didn't do that at the very beginning of the battle, but it looks like he's now adjusting his forces. But we do have the axemen here charging forward, so Dale is not going to take his time, which is actually kind of surprising. I was expecting Dale to kind of sit back and skirmish the enemy because he does have superior archers. Oh, artillery firing down the center. It looks like he's going to try to take out more of the expensive units. But he is focusing a lot of archers down the center. Looks like they're peppering down the archers, but the archers are falling back because his infantry is really pushing on the flanks. So this is a really intriguing strategy to this hill tactic. He's now falling back the axemen here, but the trolls are not slowing down. They're actually running through their own people here, but don't worry, they don't actually do any damage. They get back up. But I believe the trolls are not stopping, which is, again, I'm kind of surprised that the orcs are using their trolls so aggressively. I was kind of expecting them to use them more defensively to take on enemy cav. So charging through 2 different lines of Bjorngs here. Let's go ahead and zoom in the minimap so we can see everything that's going on in detail. So yeah, the battle has begun. Orcs are not slowing down here. They're going to send in a huge blob of orcs, or not orcs, but trolls. And then Dale's moving in his Barding herd, which should do a lot of damage to the trolls. We also have some infantry charging forward. Let's see what's going on the flanks. Yes, more Dale Sword Masters. It looks like they're going to be the first to charge in to try to get that charge bonus. Artillery still focusing down the center. I believe he's trying to weaken the archers a little bit. But let's get a bird's eye view. Oh, here we go. Clash of infantry going in after the orcs. Oh, also we've got some heavy cav, the horse guard, going after the heavy goblin halberds, which is not exactly the best target. He definitely needs to wait for the hammer and anvil opportunity. And honestly, I thought the orcs of the Misty Mountains were going to use their trolls more defensively to act as almost like a counter cav unit, because trolls are actually pretty good at chasing down enemy cav. So I'm a little surprised that the orcs are using their trolls so aggressively here. But they're doing a good job. They're holding back this superior infantry. You got the heavy goblin infantry in the mix as well. The catapult is still well protected. We've got a lot of infantry fighting over here, taking on the Dale Swordmaster. Look at this huge blob of heavy halberds. You got to be careful. That's going to do a lot of damage with the archer fire. And oh, here's the hammer and anvil. It looks like the Dale Cav is coming in from the back. So they got to watch out for that. Looks like, hold the phone. We got a lot of fighting going on here. The general's bodyguard with the help of the trolls trying to contain Dale's cav. They are shaken, but they are not stirred, so they should return to the battlefield. They just need to take a little breather there. Looks like he's reforming. His men are like, reform, men. We're getting ready for another charge. Lances out. Or they're going to wait. It's like, it's too hot. Let's take a breather. We're not going in just yet. All right. Okay. I was hoping they would charge into these archers. That would have been epic, but, you know, do what you need. Oh. There they go. Okay, now. Oh, never mind. Let's go up this hill. Forget it. It looks like he wants to go for more hammer and anvil strikes here. But there's a huge blob of orcs. I don't know if these Dale Swordmasters are going to have enough. Oh, he's going to charge right into the halberds who are looking their direction. We do have some warg riders that I completely missed. They are going after some Bardian marksmen. So they are actually breaking Dale's infantry, but Dale still has a lot of forces. Let's go ahead and actually slow it down a little bit so we can get the bigger picture of this battle. So the orcs are doing a great job over here. They are just slaughtering this one unit of Dale's sword masters, so they should be able to send more support down in the front lines. Over on this side, not looking too good. Dale has been doing hammer and anvil strikes over and over and over with his heavy horse guards. So a lot of his goblins are just thinning out here, dying to the very deadly lances of Dale. We do have some trolls in the mix who are just crushing these Bjorns. Let's see, he's going to fall back and just do it again. See, this is why I think he should have been really, really patient with his cave troll, or are they mountain trolls? Doesn't matter, same thing. You should have been really patient with them and used them to protect the flanks because they're actually pretty fast. So honestly, I don't know. I think it was a little too aggressive with the cave trolls charging in there at the beginning of the battle. But the heavy goblin infantry now about to be supported by the heavy goblin halberds. It looks like Dale is reforming with their Barding herd, so we're going to have a pretty epic matchup of Barding herd and heavy goblin halberds. And we have the rest of the infantry charging down the hill, so this unit was successful at destroying the Dale Swordmasters, so they're going to come in and join the party. Here we go. They're taking a lot of archer fire, though, and they are about to collide, which, okay, well, that wasn't the most epic collision, but they are in the fight now, and they're going to help hold this flank and actually do a pretty good job. I mean, that's a lot of orcs, but here comes the general. The general wants to get his sword wet. He's already bloodied up, so he's got to be careful here. He could lose his general, which would be very, very bad for Dale. And then this is what's left of the wargs doing some cycle charges, trying to take out the Bardian marksmen. The marksmen are just like, hey, who threw that piece of paper at me? I mean, warg riders are so bad. They are terrible. So they didn't really get it. I mean, they got a decent amount of kills, but yeah, it wasn't like game-changing or anything. But the fight over on this side is a little bit more desperate. Let's go ahead and do slow motion again, because things are going pretty quick. So we do have a small unit of heavy goblin infantry and halberds taking on some dismounted earls, and it looks like the goblin archers are kind of focusing down the flank, but the trolls are now going to join the party and do some fighting here. Over on this side, the orcs are pretty much dead. I think they're taking on just one troll, so that's not a good sign. So it's pretty obvious that the orcs of the Misty Mountains, they're losing on this flank, but on this flank they have a much better chance. They just have to contain this cav. And I mean, look at all of the dead orcs that died from that charge. It was a pretty good charge there. Even though it was uphill, you got to contain it. Looks like some... Oh, no, those are warg riders. I thought they were burnt up horses, but no. Just warg riders. Things are calming down in the back lines. It looks like most of the Dale Cav was destroyed. So now he can move up his archers and get them in position. But, oh, jeez. Look at this. Look at this riding towards the sun. So they're about to charge in. Looks like they're going to try to take care of those trolls. Could you imagine riding on one of the horses and you were part of this unit and you had to charge into cave trolls? They're like, you should be stoned right now. What is this magic? There we go. Great charge. It might do a lot of damage to those trolls because trolls are considered infantry. So who knows? I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of hit points. Oh, get out of there, dude. Get out of there, man. Oh, will he make it? Yes. Okay. Whew. That was close. That troll almost got him. Oh, and he's firing his artillery here. He's been firing it throughout this whole game, but he just hasn't had a really good shot. And Dale looks like they are really gaining the edge over on this side of the battle. And the balance of power. Oh, no. The general is dead. I didn't even know he had his general in the fight. So now really it's all up to his catapult and his trolls to win this battle. He needs to try to take out the enemy general. That would definitely even things out. But it's looking kind of rough for the orcs. But anything is possible at this point. You never know. Total War is a strange, strange game. And sometimes miracles happen. Which is really cool. Which is why I love it. And I always fight to the end. Because you never know. Here comes another charge into the halberds. Again, this is a great chance to kill the general. The general is back here. He's not really like threatened by anything. He's way in the back lines. He's gonna go ahead and fall back. I mean, if he can try to focus his archers. Does he have archers left? No, they are breaking. Why are they breaking? Huh. Oh, that's why. Because there's Cav over here causing havoc in the back lines of the orcs of the Misty Mountains. And this is gonna be the nail in the coffin. This Cav unit coming down, breaking these orcs. And oh man, I was really rooting for the orcs here, just because they're a little underpowered. They're a little bit more trickier to use. But I think the orcs of the Misty Mountains made some pretty big mistakes. Not huge mistakes, but he could have done things a little bit different, which I will explain a little bit later. But let's just go ahead and enjoy this this final matchup here, where this Cav is coming over to clean up these heavy goblin halberds. The trolls are still going pretty strong. It's got like a unit of 5 of them. We got some goblin archers who are still firing down in that general direction. You know, getting some revenge kills. And the Cav is coming over to finish the job. Let's see this. I do love my Cav charges. Oh, and the arrows are going straight for him. Here we go. The banner carrier is really bloodied up, but he carries on. Let's see if he survives that volley. It looks like it. And I'm pretty sure these guys are going to break before they can get off another shot. Yep, they have shaken and they are about to be stirred. So they will break here pretty soon. Here comes some Cav reserves coming in to support. Let's see what the trolls are up to. The trolls are just angry. They're so angry. They fight on, and the general's coming over this way. General's keep the men's morale high. Not that they need it. I think it's a pretty obvious victory here. There we go. The trolls are falling. So this one, I'm sure, is going to fall at any second now. Is there any units left over here? Nope. I think it's just that troll. Well, actually, you know what? He has some halberds. But, oh, there goes the troll. The men are cheering to the sight of the slain trolls. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so I think, yeah, they're going to do like a last-second Cav charge here. Let's see that. Here we go. There it is. The halberds are last stand, and oh, they are just evaporated off the battlefield. And that is going to wrap up today's battle. So that was a really cool attack. I think Dale did an excellent job. Their Cav really saved the day. Now, if he didn't have that Cav, I think it would have been a different story. And I think Dino Man, who was leading the orcs, I think he should have used his trolls really defensively and tried to protect his flanks with his trolls. I think he should have brought more Warg Riders and should have used the Warg Riders more defensively as well. You know, they're really good at just stopping enemy Cav charges, even though they'll lose in the prolonged melee. If you can just hold enemy Cav, then you can send in like a troll to help even the odds and stuff. So I think it was kind of a big mistake not bringing more wargs against a very cav-heavy faction like Dale. I mean, all good factions are generally better because they're more well-rounded. The evil factions usually tend to rely on numbers. But look at the enemies killed here. Of course, the orcs had a bigger army, but Dale wasn't that far behind. It's pretty similar size, but they got a ton of kills. This was sent in by Super Badger 09, so thank you so much for the battle replay. Appreciate it. Let's see, most kills here, 296 by the Horse Guard, and the other one got 120, which is pretty solid. 279 by the Dale Cav, which again, that Cav is just so deadly, especially in Medieval 2. Bardian Marksman 130, the Rangers here 110. So overall, again, his Cav won him the day. The infantry, they held the line. I mean, some of his infantry got close to 100, like his Barding Herd got 91, which is pretty good. Let's see, his Earls, again, that's Cav. I mean, the top killers here was his Cav. So, fantastic battle. This just shows how important Cav is and how important you need to protect those flanks. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to leave a like, a comment, and share it. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more epic battles and all kinds of different time periods and fantasy worlds. And I will see you next time.